Welcome, everyone, to this session on the role of cultural dimensions. In this session, we explore the fundamental aspects of cultural dimensions and their impact on communication styles across different cultures. Let's have a look at what we'll cover in this session before we begin. First, we will unveil the critical role of cultural dimensions in shaping communication behaviors across different cultures. Then we will explore Hofstede's renowned framework, diving into power distance, individualism versus collectivism, and other key dimensions that influence cross-cultural interactions. Next, we will dissect high context versus low context communication and the role of verbal and nonverbal cues, equipping you with insights to interpret and adapt to varied communication styles. Afterwards, we will provide tangible strategies, including adapting communication styles and active listening to enhance your ability to communicate effectively across cultures. And finally, we will leave you with actionable tips on preparation, building relationships, and exercising patience and respect, empowering you for successful cross-cultural engagements. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's delve into cultural dimensions, crucial frameworks that unveil how various cultures influence communication behaviors. Cultural dimensions are instrumental in unraveling the complexities of cross-cultural communication. They represent the underlying values that influence people's behavior, including how they communicate. Have you ever wondered why certain behaviors, gestures, or ways of speaking are perfectly acceptable in one culture, but could potentially be misinterpreted in another? These variations are embedded within distinct cultural dimensions, invisible yet powerful forces that shape interpersonal and business interactions globally. Being aware of and understanding these dimensions prevents misunderstandings and fosters effective communication. Each culture combines these dimensions uniquely, influencing how messages are conveyed, received, and interpreted. Moving on, let's explore Hofstede's cultural dimensions, a pivotal concept in comprehending cultural variations. First, there's the power distance. Power distance refers to the extent to which less powerful members of organizations and institutions accept and expect that power is distributed unequally. In high power distance cultures, hierarchical structures are prominent and subordinates expect to be told what to do. In low power distance cultures, power is more evenly distributed, promoting flatter organizational structures. Adjusting communication styles to respect these hierarchies, for example, being more formal and differential in high power distance cultures, and more direct and egalitarian in low power distance cultures. Let's have a look now at individualism versus collectivism. This dimension is the degree to which individuals are integrated into groups. In individualistic societies, people are expected to take care of themselves, while in collectivistic societies, people are integrated into stronger, cohesive groups. For individualistic cultures, personal achievements and individual rights are prioritized. In collectivistic cultures, harmony and group cohesion are valued. Adapting communication to respect these values, such as being more personal and highlighting individual achievements in individualistic cultures, and focusing on group harmony and consensus in collectivistic cultures. Next comes masculinity versus femininity. Masculinity versus femininity is a dimension that looks at the roles of genders in societies. Masculine societies value competitiveness and achievement, while feminine societies prioritize caring for others and quality of life. In masculine cultures, Assertiveness and material success are celebrated. In feminine cultures, emphasis is placed on relationships and quality of life. Tailoring communication to align with these values, like being more competitive and result oriented in masculine cultures and more relational and empathetic in feminine cultures. Next, uncertainty avoidance reflects a society's tolerance for ambiguity and uncertainty. High uncertainty avoidance cultures seek stability and have strict codes of beliefs and behaviors. In cultures with high uncertainty avoidance, there's a preference for clear instructions and rules. In low uncertainty avoidance cultures, ambiguity and flexibility are more tolerated. Being clear, specific, and structured in your communication in high uncertainty avoidance cultures and being more adaptable and flexible in low uncertainty avoidance culture is the way to go. Then long-term versus short-term orientation. This measures a society's adherence to past and present values compared to the integration of future challenges. Short-term oriented societies respect tradition and focus on the present, while long-term oriented societies are more pragmatic and look to the future. Short-term oriented cultures value traditions and norms. Long-term oriented cultures focus on future success and are more adaptable to change. Respecting traditions and norms in communication in short-term oriented cultures and being more focused on future objectives and innovation in long-term oriented cultures. Now, indulgence versus restraint refers to the extent to which a society allows relatively free gratification of basic human drives related to enjoying life and having fun versus their strict regulation through social norms. Indulgence cultures allow for free expression of desires and feelings. Restrained cultures have strict social norms and discourage the expression of those desires. Being open and expressive in communication in indulgent cultures and being more controlled and respectful of social norm in restrained cultures is how to use this particular dimension. Now, let's have a look at styles across cultures. We'll explore different communication styles shaped by cultural backgrounds. Some cultures rely heavily on implicit, unspoken cues, high context, while others prioritize explicit, clear, and direct communication, low context. Recognizing this can prevent misunderstandings. Pay close attention to how different cultures utilize verbal and nonverbal cues. Gestures, tone, and expressions carry varying meanings across cultures, and understanding these nuances can significantly enhance your communication efficacy. Learning to adapt your communication style in alignment with these variances is not just a skill, but an art that can be refined with awareness and practice. Now, let's focus on some concrete strategies to enhance your cross-cultural communication skills. First, the ability to adapt your communication style is paramount in global business. Understand the cultural nuances and preferences to convey your messages effectively and respectfully. Then there's active listening. Active listening is more than hearing words. It's about understanding unspoken emotions, intentions, and the underlying cultural influences that shape the message. There's also feedback. Implemented feedback mechanism ensures clarity and mutual understanding. It's a two-way street where questions and clarifications are pivotal in fostering communication. Lastly, let's focus on actionable tips that you can directly apply in your professional interactions globally. Success starts with preparation. Understand the cultural dimensions of your partners and clients to tailor your communication strategies effectively. Then there's relationship building. This is central in international business. It's rooted in respect for cultural norms and values, fostering trust and mutual understanding. Finally, patience and respect are your allies in navigating cultural differences. It's a journey of learning, adapting, and growing that enriches your professional and your personal life. Now, as we conclude, let's take a moment to quickly recap what we covered in this session. We looked at the cultural dimensions, highlighting their significance and in influencing communication behaviors globally. We delved into the Hofstede's dimensions, offering insights into varied cultural values and communication norms. We distinguished between high context and low context communication, emphasizing the nuances of verbal and nonverbal cues across cultures. We outlined actionable strategies to refine communication with a focus on adaptation and active listening for clearer, more effective cross cultural interactions. Finally, we looked at key tips for professionals, underscoring the importance of preparation, relationship building, patience, and respect in global communications. As we conclude today's session, take with you the understanding that mastering cross cultural communication is a journey of adapting, respecting, and embracing diverse cultural dimensions and styles. Equipped with these insights and practical strategies, you're well on your path to becoming a proficient and empathetic cross cultural communicator, and you're ready to navigate the global landscape with confidence and skill. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next session.